All right, now it's Thursday evening and I'm back. And I'm going to do a little more welding. I've given it some thought. I'm just going to weld that a little bit more there. And then I'm going to start the other two. But before I start the other two, I'll probably make sure my stuff fits. You know, just to be on the safe side. And let's check the temperature. My wife says you say "and" too much. So she complains while I'm at home. She doesn't complain on the comment section, but that's 48 degrees. I think I'll live. What you doing, pal? It's a good thing to do. I do that sometimes. Alright, I said I was going to weld it some more and I did. But now I'm done, so I'm going to move on to the next ones. Which means I need to move some stuff out of the way. Right? Gets hard when they get clogged up with dirt, don't it? Yeah. Try turning it the other way a minute. That helps. You almost got it. Oh yeah? I didn't show you that one, did I? Had to make it shorter here. It didn't chip off all the flux. It's a little ugly, but I think it's going to be okay. Okay. And then I just made my root pass on this one. Y'all got your safety glasses on? Root pass is always a little harder to chip out. That's with 1/8 inch 70-18. I think it got pretty good penetration. Alright, we'll chip out the rest of that weld and weld some more. Right, bud?
Look what it uncovered.
You what?
There's some kind of writing.
That's where it said, made in the USA.
Well,
right on.
Good thing had the USA holding up a vehicle.
That's right. I sent Mom on a little errand, which she was so excited to do, right?
Of course I was.
Bought that new wiring harness for $75. That's a deal right there. I'm gonna use that to wire up one of my projects. I ain't sure which one.
You can thank me for the deal.
Thank you for the deal. Alright, not so much time tonight. I gotta leave it at that. That's one done except the fish plates. And that one's tacked together. We'll come back at it tomorrow. We'll take another swing at it tomorrow. Alright, I'm home early from work again. Why, you ask? Well, that's easy. It's raining. It's a poor man's holiday. But I'm going to take advantage of that situation. I'm going to fire up that welder right there. And I'm going to let the current course through these cables and I'm going to weld some more. I'm going to put my fish plates on the side right there. And then that one will be done. Or maybe I'll take that one off and do it first. We'll see. I'm going to do something and it'll be right. Alright, I've decided I'm going to weld this one together. I need to make a root pass right there. With 1/8 inch 70-18, I'll weld that up. And then we'll switch to 5/32 when we weld the fish plates on. At least that's my plan. That's what I'm going to do. By the way, watch these few channels I'm fitting to mention. One is DD Speed Shop. This dude's got long hair and works on a lot of cool hot rods. Like crazy. He's a work machine. Nova, he's working on 57 Chevy, making it a 2-door from a 4-door. Right after he got it running from a basket case. And a Nova and a Chevelle and a 55 Chevy. And there's some other stuff I think I haven't seen yet. And then Rat Rod Bob's School of Ratology. In a little shop where dreams come true. Go watch him. He's working on a cab the same as that. He's doing it going about a little different than I have. But it's real cool and you learn lots of stuff. So go check those guys out. Okay? Alright, I got everything welded together. I've already ground this one. Maybe I ought to put a little bead right there. A little bit. But that one just needs grinding on both sides, and I'll put my fish plate on there and weld it up. I'm going to use 5 32nd rod for that. Alright, everything was going great until my welder ran out of gas. So I'm going to take that empty gas can right there and we'll get some gas. By the way, a little infomercial here. If you hear the welder or what other gas engine you hear, or diesel especially, going bah, 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 and you know it's running out of fuel, run out there, shut it off. It'll start lots easier later. Some people don't know that. Alright, I'm done welding just in time. I need to go rescue my buddy's wife and a neighbor in town with a broke down car. My wife went to rescue her, but now I gotta go rescue them both. You know how that stuff goes, right? Alright, you're not gonna believe this. Well, maybe you will. I don't hardly believe it myself. That's a good 1/2 inch thick steel right there. And I was driving this pin in. I give it a whack and it started moving, so I beat on a couple more times and the pin went in. I was satisfied until I spotted this. It appears to have been cracked right there, and me beating on it broke it the rest of the way. And that is right where they bent the metal. So naturally I became concerned and took a look at this one. You can see the crease where they bent it. Believe it will be reinforcing that too. Well, this is a setback, to be sure. See there? That thing was started cracked. And then when I put the pin in and beat down on it, it broke it. It may never have bothered, because there ain't never no stress this way on it. Anyways, I'm pretty glad I broke it that way than with a car on it.
Yeah.
And then I think, since I'm a nervous Nelly, I'm going to go ahead and add some brace on that one. Yep. Alright, here's my plan. I took my grinder, V'd that out real good. And I'm going to weld it on the back side here. I didn't grind much there so I could locate it correctly. You remember I got to drive the pin back through there again later. So I'm going to tack it here pretty good. And the heat should draw that back a little bit. And we're looking for a little bit, 4.5 inches fat, you know. And then I'll have to monitor it as I weld it, because the heat will move that around. And that's my plan, so leave a comment below. Alright, now it's Friday night. I didn't really plan on spending this much time out here, but what do you gotta do when your ox goes in a ditch? You gotta get it out. So, I've tacked this here, and I stuck my pin through. And I think what I'm going to do is leave that pin in, at least some of the time. And I'm going to weld it one side and the other to try to keep that true so my pin still goes through. At least that's my idea. Let's see how it works out. Now, y'all know I'm not a professional, not an expert, not an engineer. I'm just an amateur who does stuff. So, keep that in mind. Don't do anything I do. Alright, you can see I welded that side, and I haven't chipped the flux off. I welded on the inside, and you can see that the heat has drawed this in that way. So now I need to weld on that side to bring it back a little bit. Let's see how it works out. My welder's been giving me a little trouble, keeps wanting to quit. But anyways, I think I'm going to roll with that right there. Let's see if it fits back on there. Well, I had to fight it a little bit, but it went back on there. Pretty good, really, I think. For an amateur, it's a little tight, but it'll wear in. Self-clearance, you know. I think it'll be alright. Alright. Stay tuned for the next video where we see if it picks anything up. But finally, I think they're long enough. Anyway, thanks for watching my crazy video. I'm going to ring the bell even though it's a weeknight. And don't forget to go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can buy cool apparel. And then it also dawned on me, sent the wife for this. This will probably work good in the 46 Ford. You don't need too many circuits in that thing. Anyways, that's for another video. Tomorrow morning you'll tune in next time when you'll hear Mr. Heavy Chevy say, I gotta clean up my workbench.